Hi again. And today I wanted to share something rattling around in my brain. And if I try to organize my thoughts here, I think it would have to be calling this video a little topic on, is organic food worth the extra cost? Um, I've had that conversation with other people, and certainly I saw an article today that I will post in the comments that really continues to spur that conversation that I want to have. And let me say that my background, I was trained in horticulture, and it was the experience I had working at a nursery where we really tried to support our customers in organic gardening. We tried to educate them and certainly tried to have the products. So that was also a lot of a learning experience for me. And on that topic of, is organic food more nutritious? It does ring true for me because of my nursery experience. Do we know that, well, a lot of it was ornamental gardening and not food gardening. And what we did start learning there, while I was in college, we didn't have this knowledge of the microflora that are part of a healthy soil. All of those little microbes really didn't come into any of the conversations that or courses that I had at school. So this was new information for me. We really encouraged our customers to nourish the soil, to start treating the health of their plants from the ground up. And the healthier the soil, the healthier the plant will be. And that's because the synthetic products, whether it was a fertilizer, a pesticide, herbicide, any of those things had a negative effect on the microorganisms living in the soil. And it's a sort of a symbiotic relationship. You need, maybe this one will make sense. You know, you have how earthworms, they're pretty big, but you can feed them anything from your garden compost bin, and you have worms. They're the right kind of worms to really change your compost or your garden, your organic vegetable trash into something that's compost and usable. And that's because it's consider it a very macro, a large organism, but it's still the same whether it's a macro organism or micro. They're consuming the organic things in the soil and converting them into something that's usable to the plant. So you need those things to have a healthy plant, and the healthier your plant, then you'd have better flower production, you would have fewer issues or maybe no issues with, I think of roses, and you'd have less of those powdery mildew and rust and less bugs on your plant. So that conversation actually also works in having your consumable foods, but it also works in your interior environment, your gut. It's the same thing. You need to have a healthy diversity of microorganisms that actually help break down your food, can make nutrients available to your body, create some of the vitamins for you, and actually create chemicals that your body's dependent on. So this is a multi-dimensional little conversation. So so back to organic foods. Are they more nutritious? I'd have to say yes, because you've got a healthy soil, a soil with plants and organisms that are going to make nutrients available to your plant. The plant then can make that available in that aspect of the plant that you're going to consume, whether it's a leaf or a fruit or a seed. And also, we know that the active ingredient in an herbicide that's most commonly used. That active ingredient's glyphosate, kills microorganisms in the soil, and it is known to lock up some of the nutrients. Plants not even able to get them. So conventionally farmed produce, it's pretty easy for me to feel like, okay, it's probably not as nutritious. And there are more and more studies coming out to show that supporting this idea or fact, however you want to look at it. So now you're thinking, I'm trying to make better food choices. How should I spend extra dollars when I want to buy organic? So I would encourage you to first start looking at spending those extra dollars in the raw food, the produce and vegetables, fruits. Spend it there first, and then you also have to kind of keep in mind how you deal with the food. One of the examples in this article was so someone's walking to the grocery store and, oh, hey, you know, it's Super Bowl weekend this weekend, and maybe you're thinking, okay, I'm going to buy organic potato chips, which, you know, it's part of the thought process. And labeling is another big hurdle for us to deal with, because in actuality, all that packaging, all those colors, they're all well thought out, and they're all like screaming, buy me, buy me. Packaging, it's not always what you think. Just because the brand name is made from nature doesn't mean it's going to be organic. What we consider non-conventionally farmed foods or ingredients, certified organic is what you want to go for. And they even allow the unprocessed foods that you can still call it certified organic, and it's not 100% chemical or synthetic material free. It is frustrating. So anyway, you're looking at the potato chips, and here's a bag that says made with organic, certified organic potatoes. Okay, so that might cost you a little more to buy that bag, but you're not going to really get any additional nutritional value. You might have less burden on your body from chemicals, but there's no additional nutritional value in a potato chip, whether it's organic, certified organic, or not. So you have to kind of weigh and look and read labels, even if it says certified organic, because if it's still certified organic and it's a product that's loaded with sugar, that's a burden on your body as well. So yes, certified organic is more nutritious. I'm confident of that. And if you're starting to make that change and wanting to introduce something like that, stay with the produce area, raw fruits and vegetables. And then, not to get overwhelmed, but you want to try to, as you create your foods, your end products with these ingredients that are certified organic, try not to expose them to temperatures over 180 degrees. You'll start to pull apart some of the enzymes and change the nutritional value. But again, it's baby steps, and start by just buying those ingredients. That's much better for you. And for me, it certainly has been because my choice is not health related. I don't have a diagnosis. I don't have an issue that I have to make these choices all immediately. I am just moving towards a lifestyle, food choices. As I learn more things, Doesn't mean I'm always right there ready to implement them, but it's a process. Just keep moving forward. Just keep making little changes, and know that all the changes you are making make a difference. Because if you didn't ever make that change, when I think back when I first started making these changes, that was years ago, and it didn't seem like, well, what's the big deal? But it builds on itself, and I think we truly, to navigate the environment which we are all living, we're assaulted from our air, our water, our food, our home environment, the off-gassing of our carpets and our mattresses. I mean, our bodies are under a lot of assault, and we really need to just take on as many changes as we can without living in fear, without being overwhelmed, but just know every little change you can make is going to help. So I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. I might get out and go to a venue that will be less crowded, because you guys are going to be watching football and I'm not. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.